Hello everybody, this is Blue Goo. We're going to do 5 things you should do to your Xbox right now. Right at this, well, after you watch this video, at this instant. And honestly, in all honesty, I hope you watch this video and you're like, I didn't need to use any of those. Because if you didn't need to do any of these tips, that means you're good. You are the smartest person ever. You're great. I love you. There's some things in here that I'm going to put in here that if you haven't done them and you realize you didn't set it correctly or you didn't do this right, you're gonna feel real dumb, but it's fine. Alright, everybody has a moment. That's why I'm just gonna make a video reminding everybody what to do, how to make your Xbox run better if it's not, or as it should if your Xbox isn't running quite right, or it doesn't look right, and you may wonder why. I may give you some insight into why. So here we go. Number 5. This first tip is to make sure your TV or monitor that you're playing your Xbox on is set to the correct resolution and frame rate. So to do that, we go in the settings, right? We go in the TV and display options. You want to do that. So we already have resolution, or if you only have one, it won't show anything. But you either have 60 or 120 for the Xbox Series S and X. For mine, you can't see that because I'm running off of a capture card and it doesn't allow throughput, so it's just doing 60 FPS at 1080p. Here you can go to video modes. Next you can go to video fidelity and overscan just to make sure you have the right color depth. If you're using a monitor, you'll see I have 36 bits per pixel color depth. That's just because I can. And the color space for my Xbox is PC RGB because I am playing on a PC monitor, so I have it set to PC RGB. If you do PC RGB on a TV, it's gonna look all weird. The results may vary from TV to TV, but usually if you just stay on standard, it'll work for you, whether or not you have a TV or monitor. I just have it to PC RGB for peace of mind. And if you didn't want to, you just want to read, you can just go in the general 4K TV settings. They're very nice. They have this thing where it's like, hey, your TV doesn't support this, it doesn't support this, it doesn't support this. If your TV supports any of this, it'll tell you, because Xbox wants you to have the best gaming experience and not blame it on playing at 720p on a 4K TV. You can also calibrate your TV. You should always calibrate your TV, and Xbox provides a little thing. Just something I'm going to add on real quick, not necessarily something to do with resolution or any of that. I just realized in accessibility, Xbox has color filters, which I know for some people, you don't need it. People like me, I have slight deuteranopia or protanopia. There's a word for that that I don't know off the top of my head. And this is very cool. I don't use it just because I've lived, 20-something years just without colorblind correction. But if you are more colorblind than me, it also has tritanopia, if you're blue-yellow, and grayscale. So you can fine-tune these things if you're colorblind or more colorblind, less colorblind. If it just bothers you, you want it to look a certain way, you can do that now. Number 4. This one's pretty simple. Get a battery pack for your controller. That you can charge while you play. Microsoft, I know they sell the plain charge kit. That's pretty pricey, for like $20, but you get a battery that lasts a decent amount of time if you're playing every day, maybe like a year and a half, just because of the longevity. And then you have to leave it plugged in, of course. I think PowerA just got acquired by Razer, so PowerA and Razer are kind of becoming the same thing. Those batteries also good that you hook up the cable straight to the battery pack. And I say get a battery pack to charge while you play because, as we all know, playing a game and then you're doing really good, you're going like 50 and 0 if you're insane, playing SWAT and Halo, or what is it called now, Tactical Slayer. And then your batteries run out and you're getting low and you're like, we're on a roll, you don't want to change batteries, and then your controller dies and now you have to get up, get batteries, or go by your rechargeable battery station and grab a battery pack and switch it out. If you just have a battery pack that can charge while you play, all you gotta do is plug it in and then you're good. You just plug it in and you keep playing. You dunk on these kids, you go 101 because you died when your controller disconnected. And you're good. Number 3. This one's a pretty big one. I only have it to number 3 because it's kind of but make sure, for the love of Xbox and Major Nelson, make sure the console's air intake and outtake have enough room to breathe. I can't stress this enough. Your console's going to kill itself just struggling to suck in air or not being able to radiate out the heat it needs to, so it's just melting on the inside. Please do not put the console on carpet. You do the same thing for PCs. Don't put PCs on carpet, or at least try not to, because the carpet and the console will create like a heat blanket. It'll just incinerate the console, completely decimating its longevity in its lifetime. As for leaving it enough room, I know people put Xboxes and consoles in general in entertainment centers. Just make sure it has enough room on top. The Series S is really small. It should be fine as long as you don't put anything on top of it and it has like an Xbox controller's worth of room. That's like the minimum, but like it has to have something, right? It has to have something. The Xbox Series S, I believe, sucks airs from the side if you have it horizontally, and a little disco oven stovetop thing on top blows air out the top. The Xbox Series X, on the other hand, blows air off the top as well, but it sucks air from its back. If it's standing up and you're looking at it from the front, it'll suck air from the back, blow it out the top. So if you have it, just keep in mind, know where the intakes are, know where the outtakes are. Make sure they're clear, especially of like cloth or carpet, or if you put it in an entertainment center, don't like squish it up against the wall. Make sure for the Xbox Series X that the top fan, which I think has like green holes on it, that's not pressed up against the wall, or you're not putting like your cable box on it, something like that. Anything like that, please don't do that. I know I know this may seem very, very, very obvious to some people, but also if you're just getting a console, you may not think of that. Like if you're a kid and you're just like putting it on your floor, putting it whatever, just keep in mind, if it overheats and it crashes, that may be why it's overheating, because you have it on your carpet. I understand it's very easy to forget these things, but please don't melt your consoles. Number 2. This one's also really simple, as well as all of these, really. Set your console to your home console. I've seen too many people complain when their internet goes out. They're like, I can't play any of my games, blah, 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 blah. I gotta sign in to the internet to play games. That does suck, but if you have your home console set to the one at your home, you can play these games offline just fine. And I know you can't do that if you're game sharing, because your home console is the other person's console, and really that just sucks. You can't make it your home if you're game sharing, because that's the whole point of game sharing, is it's not your home console. But if you don't have any friends, go ahead and set it to your home console, your home Xbox. You can play things offline. Other people's accounts can play things offline on your Xbox without you having to be signed in. That's useful if you have like a family room or like a family Xbox. Make that a home Xbox. Having a home console also has the added benefit of just using the Xbox app and downloading things on your console. Like you just go on Game Pass app or the Xbox app and downloading like a game that you want. And if you're at work or something and you just like don't want to sit there and press the download button, you can do that on your phone. And then when you come home, it's ready on the Xbox, or it's halfway done installing. And that's pretty good. That's pretty cool. Number 1. Alright, this one's pretty cool. This is how you set your background to a custom one from either like your USB that you have, like a picture you have, or achievement art, or a screenshot. You can do screenshots. I didn't know you could do that. Or just changing it to another dynamic background, which you can do. I have it set to dynamic backgrounds just because I like that it moves. That's exclusive to Series S and X, at not Xbox One, so that's new. It's a new option. But since Xbox One, you've been able to add custom images via USB drives. All you gotta do to have a custom image is go to your PC or whatever of choice, laptop, something like that. You do need one of these because you have to put the USB. You have to have some way of putting a picture on a USB to do this, of course. All you gotta do, plug it in, get your picture of choice. You can go on Google, you can go anywhere, any picture. Put it on the USB. Make sure it's a JPEG, JPG, or PNG. And I believe that's what Xbox takes. No GIFs, no GIFs, no coconuts. And then all you really gotta do is put it in your Xbox, select custom image, and it'll pull up a list of I don't know, files, right? Go to your USB drive, select your photo you want, and then you have a custom photo. It can be whatever you want. You can have a PlayStation background in your Xbox. You can have a sexy picture of Freddy Fazbear of your background. You could do literally anything you want. Number 0. Stop debating about which console is better. Stop debating about which console is better. What is this? 2012? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're in middle school. You're like, hey, Master Chief, PlayStation has the PlayStation, and you'd be like, well, PlayStation sells out more. Well, Xbox owns fucking Activision now. I know it's funny. I make fun of PlayStation all the time. Make fun of Xbox too. But like, to actually take it to heart, I know most people don't. But you know what I'm talking about. The people who will like die for Xbox, or they'll get stabbed and die on their sword for PlayStation. Like, come on, guys. Come on now. Xbox and PlayStation should unite together. We should all be friends. There should be no bickering, no fighting about who's better, about whose console's selling out more, about how many game companies one owns, about how many exclusive one has, about many exclusives the other one's gonna get, about the controllers, about the Xbox look, about the PlayStation look. We should all be friends. We should all be nice to each other, be kind, be united as a gaming community against PC, because they can go fuck. Well, that does it for this video. I hope you had fun. And these 5 ways to improve your Xbox Series X or S and S. If you have both for some reason, that's pretty crazy. Give me one. Hello. I hope these tips found you well. If you realized any of these things that you could do that you didn't know you could do, please leave a comment, leave a like, be like, hey, I didn't know you could do that, or hey, my Xbox was laying on the carpet and it was crashing like every day. I didn't know why. And now you know why. That would be really funny, and I certainly hope not. But I'm gonna try to upload every Wednesday, just as a starting thing. This is a very short video, very simple video. I'm hoping something a little bit better next week, and then as time goes on, bigger and better videos, better quality, obviously. It won't always just be these weird 5 ways to do, you know what I'm saying? I'm not Watch Mojo, I'm not Linus Tech Tips. Come on now. In any case, that was the video. Bye!